it's me, your host, James the Food Man, and we're back here in the man's kitchen. And today we're going to make up a simple cheese plate, cheese platter, cheese tray, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to make that coming up next. But first, I want to remind everybody that if you like this channel, you need to hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you want to leave some comments, then you can type them all up in the section below. Now, let's show you what kind of cheese we're going to be working with today. Okay, the first thing on our cheese tray isn't even cheese. It's going to be some hummus. We're just going to put a little hummus in the middle of the cheese tray. Then, I love Laughing Cow cheese, so I have two different flavors. Got some Baby Bellas. This is a Gouda. Whoa, lost one. Camera wife Heather loves old cheddar, so we have some old cheddar. I'm a child at heart, and marble is basically all I eat. Then we've got an assortment of sliced cheeses. We have Havarti, Monterey Jack Jalapeno, Swiss, and more old cheddar. Crackers, well, I've got this open bag here of Ritz baked chips. Plus I have everybody's favorite standard soup cracker here. It's pretty much all I live off of when I eat cheese. And then I've got some normal crackery kind of biscuit crackers. So we're gonna assemble this together. The reason, in case you're wondering why there's no blue cheeses, no Parmesan cheeses, because I don't like them and I'm gonna eat this for lunch after. So that's what we're gonna use. Now I'm gonna take you through some tools that we would need. We have an assortment of cheese knives. I got this actually as somebody I know won this at a wedding, and they were like, hey, I'll never use this. Not a wedding, a stag and dough. Somebody won this at a stag and dough, and they were like, hey, I will never use this. So it ended up here. And to be honest, I think I've used it twice. I mean, they're sharp and all, but unless you're really getting into cheeses and you're using those blues and parms and stuff, if you're just going to be cutting this kind of cheese up, you can just go with a standard chef's knife. Now, if you want an in-depth view of what cheese knives do, which cheese knife to use for which cheeses, then just leave some comments below and we can always revisit these cheese knives and see exactly which cheeses that they're meant for. Because there is a difference, but like some of them have holes in them to help cheese not stick to it. There is a difference. There's also a cheese serving set. If you wanted to go this route too, if you have like some cream cheeses or something soft, you could cut it with this, butter your cracker, and lift cheese up with this. You can stab it with that. You can be totally pretentious or not at all. I like to go the cute route myself. So I got this little cheese block here with little mice, with little pigs, and you can grab the cheese that way. And you need a tray to put your cheese on. Now you could just put it on the cutting board, right? That's trendy. Everyone loves these things. You just put it on the cutting board, make it all look fancy, pop it out on the table. But I got this awesome little plate here with mice that hold it up. I mean, what's cuter than that for a cheese tray? So we'll cut the cheese up on the cutting board. Maybe we'll show you what it could look like on a cutting board. We'll also show you what it could look like on a little mouse board, okay? And then I have a little bowl for the hummus. So we're gonna show you how to prep up, how I like to cut my cheese for cheese trays. Coming on up next. 3, 2, 1, action. Okay, I have my trusty knife. And we're just gonna cut some slices. So if you're using one of the actual cheese knives, I'm pretty sure the cheese isn't gonna, keep building up on the side of the knife and walk up it. But not everybody has fancy cheese knives. But everybody should have a chef's knife. So we got some cheese cut, some marble. We're gonna do the same thing with the cheddar. Now it's important to pay attention to the size of your crackers when you do this. When we do this at the restaurant, we just leave them like this because we make homemade crostini, and this about fits them. So what we do basically you make like, I don't know, like little, call them like little log cabins, and we just basically just stack the cheese 3 across, alternating directions each layer. And then if you have an extra one, because you're not really counting, you just eat it while you're making your cheese tray. If you don't have a lot of cheese, skip the middle one and just do a box. But if space is at a premium, you put the extra layer in, you fit a lot more cheese. Okay, so we'll put 2 more here. Okay. Now this is the Baby Bella. It's a Gouda that's got a wax seal around it. So we're going to grab the tab here and we're going to pull. We're going to open it. And then we have this little Gouda. So we'll open up all 3 of these. It comes 6 in a package. Okay. So you could just, depends how many people are coming over, right? Just 3 of us here. Maybe I'd leave them whole. If there's going to be a few people, I might cut them in half. Right, and then just kind of arrange them. Maybe, yeah, something like that. Make it tighter. And put that up here. Right, and then we have like a little flower stem or something. Okay, in the center, I was going to put the hummus. So I grabbed such a small tray or dish because originally it was just going to go on the little mouse plate. But I thought I'd show you on a cutting board too, and then a mouse plate. So there we got some hummus. And a little bit more. Okay. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our Laughing Cow. I mean, it's a flavored cream cheese is what it is. It comes in these little wedges. It says made in Canada on it, so I don't know if you can get it down in the US. It comes in flavors. This is the garlic and herb. So again, it's got like a little seal you break through the tin foil, and it's actually pretty soft. It's really creamy. So put a couple of these out. Okay, I have 2 different flavors of these. I have this one, and then I have a smoked one. But my favorite one to get is actually the French onion soup flavor. It's ridiculously good. So yeah, I'll put another 3 of these out, like 3 of each flavor. And they just have a paper tab here that rips the tinfoil open, gives it kind of like that classy look. Now you could also, with your sliced cheese like that, you could also do maybe some mozzarella, and you get a contrast. You could have like a yellow, white and yellow, and then a yellow, or then they all white. You set those out. Okay, now I got the sliced cheese. So earlier when I was saying pay attention to your cracker sizes, right? This cheese will fit fine on the the biscuit style crackers. This, on the other hand, I could take maybe 2 of these slices. Maybe we'll grab 2 of each flavor. And then what we'll do with these is we'll just quarter them. So we'll cut them in half on each other. And then these will fit on the saltines, or the soup crackers. So you just lay these out. Kind of like fan them out on each other. Okay. And we'll grab the Havarti. Do 2 of those. And we'll grab the Swiss. Now these are all the cheeses that we always keep on hand in the house all the time. So if we had company come over, unexpected, you could always just whip up a cheese tray. Now, I know not everybody keeps 5 or 6 different kinds of cheese in their house, but this is how we rock it out here. Okay, when spacers get a premium, you just make your stacks a little tighter, because after this we still have to put crackers on the tray and maybe some grapes. So yeah, with that said, maybe we'll pull these in closer. Okay. Grab some crackers. And really, I don't really think there's a right or wrong way to do this. Just kind of load it up. There. Oh, broke one. Grab some crackers. And when I eat my cheese, what I love to do is I like to use the Laughing Cow, kind of like say it was butter. And I will butter my cracker with the Laughing Cow, and then I'll put a slice of, I'll put like one of these on, then I'll put one of those, I'll break it in half. We'll put some grapes. So for the grapes, we'll just grab some scissors. And then when I moved the Laughing Cow, I left some little cheese smears on the cutting board, which is fine because we'll just fill them in with scissors. With the grapes that we're going to cut up with the scissors. Okay. And there you go. There we have a complete cheese tray. We've got old cheddar, marble, crackers, 3 styles. We've got some grapes. We got Swiss. We got Havarti. We got pepper jack. We got some hummus, some Laughing Cow, and some Gouda. So this is a complete cheese tray here on the cutting board. And now I'll show you a mini version of this on the mouse plate. I'm just going to move some of this stuff over, and you can see how you can use it. You can make a big cheese tray on a cutting board look nice, and this has more of a rustic feel. You can see how if you put it on, well, we'll talk about that one after we do that one. Okay, so transferred to a smaller plate, obviously we're using less than half of what we had on the big plate, and we've made some changes. We've cut the uh, longer um, cheddar sticks into half-sized. You could have put one of those big stacks right in the center of this if you didn't have the hummus. And then I went around the hummus with the Gouda and the Laughing Cow. We got our cheese squares here. There's some crackers. We don't get quite as much plate coverage. This is obviously a much smaller plate. Maybe 1 or 2 people would eat off of this board. Off the cutting board, you might feed 10, 15 people if it's an assortment of appetizers. Even 5 or 10 people with this, if you have fruit tray, veggie tray, maybe a meat board, all kinds of stuff out like that, you might be able to get away with 10 people off of this. You might have to refill it. The other board, you could get quite a few more people out of it, and you could stack higher on it. So those are really some different ideas when it comes to plating up your cheese trays. Why don't you let me know in the comments below how you plate up your cheese trays, and I'll see you next week here in the Man's Kitchen.